Something very quick. I want to say something about the consequences of needing to repent. I've criticized church leaders for how they've misunderstood the Bible and misappropriated the Bible. And people say, when you repent, you'll just change your mind. You realize you thought wrongly, you acted wrongly, and you correct it. You change back. It's just called correction. And the Bible talks about correction. But needing to repent is more than correction, because in order to rectify a situation, sometimes it's unrectifiable because of the damage that you've done by believing and acting wrongly. So needing to repent is not just changing your mind and correcting yourself to thinking rightly and rightly appropriating, because all of what's gone on before, and there are consequences and harm that has been done through acting and thinking wrongly. And needing to repent is not just a question of changing your mind. And if church leaders have misappropriated me or misunderstood my situation wrongly, or judged evil people by condoning them and giving them legitimacy and giving them resident evil, the Bible teaches that that's not right, and to believe in dispensationalism, that God has different ways of doing things, different laws at different times in history, is not true. And if the church leaders now agree with me that it's not true, that is correction. That is changing their mind. I said I'd be quick, and I've finished now what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there are consequences to doing things wrongly before you repent. And sometimes correction is not enough. You have to make restitution, and you have to sort out the damage that you've done by acting wrongly. And sometimes that involves punishment, because sometimes when you've acted wrongly and done damage, the damage can't be repaired. And there's that is a penalty to you. It's not just me saying, now I understand. I thought wrongly, I acted wrongly, I treated Nicholas wrongly. I just sort that out now. I agree with what Nicholas has been saying on his video talks. That's not enough, because damage has been done to me. I've been treated worse than I should have been, mistreated. And they can't just say, the church said to me last week on Sunday, that we, the church, haven't treated you properly, Nicholas, in your life with us since I was 17, or even since I went to Sunday school. But it's not enough just to admit it. If they have caused me suffering and hardship and being misunderstood and got people to treat me wrongly, that's a consequence. And it's not enough for them just to admit it and say they were wrong. When you repent, you have to do everything you can to put the situation as though you hadn't done it. And that might even mean that you have to go through your own penalties for doing it. Because if you do a crime and you repent, you're still responsible for the crime that you've done. And I'm not going around being a believer in Jesus, who told us, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. I'm not going around trying to judge and hold people to account to say they have to pay for the bad way they treated me or misunderstood the Bible, because they let Cain off in the Bible, but the Bible wasn't teaching that. It was teaching Cain shouldn't have been let off. That's the teaching. I know the role in the Bible that Cain was let off, but the teaching was that he shouldn't have been let off. That's what God's message is. Now, if church leaders have misinterpreted that, there are consequences of how they've appropriated people in society. And it's not enough for them just to admit that they got it wrong. They have to actually pay a penalty for that, even if they can't put it right. Even if they would decide tomorrow that they're going to start punishing reputable evil people, people who have got residency, even if they would do that, which is highly unlikely that they would, but even if they did, even that's not enough. They have to pay a penalty for misusing the Bible and for misappropriating people. And repenting is one thing, correction. The second thing is doing something about what you've done wrongly before when you've been corrected. And the third thing is paying a penalty for what you've done, for all the hardship and misery and unfairness you've caused to people as a result of your misinterpretation.